Welcome back to Some Offense Intended. I am Jeremy Robinson.
I am Mike Mick.
I was thinking about doing this one live so we didn't have to fucking upload it to YouTube.
Yeah.
So last week's, this week's, whatever the fuck, I haven't done anything yet. Riverside, again, recorded the whole fucking time and didn't say there was no audio.
Yeah, no audio at all.
So let me untangle my headphone because this is going to bother me.
So when we, I ran across the video, I could see us talking, but I didn't know what we were saying. It was a pantomime episode.
Yeah, and I didn't know until I'd uploaded it to Buzzsprout, and it was like, hey, co-host can't do this because it's either too short of a video or not in a supported language. So I emailed him, and I'm like, bro, it's an hour and 8 minutes, and it's in fucking English.
Yeah.
And the person messaged back, because I didn't even think to listen to it, because we haven't had audio issues in a long fucking time.
Yeah, not a long time. I was surprised by it.
And they were like, well, I tried to listen to it, and there's no audio. Like, bro, how does Riverside have the little blips on the, like, when I went to download it, you hit export, and you hit download, and it has the little blips, like there's fucking audio.
And it's just not there.
But there's nothing. So
I don't
then
understand
don't fucking have blips.
Don't make it look like there's audio if there's no audio. Let us know.
Yeah. So
you're missing something.
So it's not officially Riverside's fault because Windows keeps muting the fucking microphone automatically for some reason. So I think I might have fixed that with a couple settings.
I saw something you changed that would make sense with that.
Yeah.
But you just told it to do nothing.
Yeah. But why would you just want to record video on Riverside? You should have a little pop-up that says there's no audio. You know that, right?
And
like
if we didn't
want
want it, we'd be like,
fucking pops up. There's no audio. You know that, right?
That's kind of important.
Yeah, especially when you have a fucking microphone connected and you have it selected under such and such microphone. So whatever, this is like the sixth one we've had to redo because of this.
Yeah.
Something. It's been a while, but
it's been a long time, yeah.
So now this is a late Merry Christmas episode that I'm not wearing the t-shirt Mike got me because that's in the washer.
Yeah. And I'm not wearing a holiday t-shirt because it's after Christmas.
Yeah. But you are wearing, we're talking about the Trump rally.
Yep.
So
that's White Pinkman.
That's a funny.
I like this shirt a lot.
Yeah, so like, share, follow. The more out there we are, the less issues I think we'll have because then we can get somebody else to do a lot of the fucking.
I think I know what happened with the last episode, with that episode with why we had everything has been going good. And then I didn't have a Dr. Pepper with me. First video that I didn't have a Dr. Pepper with me and it had no sound.
I told you they were going to cancel the sponsorship. We're not sponsored by Dr. Pepper.
No. It would be nice, but no, I just like Dr. Pepper a lot.
Like, share, and follow Facebook and Instagram at Some Offense Intended. Twitter and TikTok at Some Offense Pod.
Yeah.
YouTube, Some Offense Intended. Just search it. Like, comment, share, tell people stuff. Because the more following we have, we can get somebody to do like the editing and have somebody that actually does stuff with the recording and not just like we hit record and fucking talk.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more that we should be doing that I don't know about.
Neither do
because I'm not a fucking audio engineer.
Neither am I. So go ahead and subscribe.
Yeah. And subscribe and review on whatever podcast platform you listen to.
But now we're going to have to talk about the
we're going to have to talk about the Trump rally again with no notes.
No notes, yeah.
Because we erased all our notes.
Yeah. Yeah. But we can talk about just the waiting in line.
Yeah, I remember a lot of.
And how the trucks pulled in, and we didn't talk about this. They all had flags. A lot of them had flags hanging off the back. And honking their horns, and they had a collection of flags.
Just a real quick recap. So me and Mike get off work at like 6 a.m. And Trump was coming to town to Reno. It was supposed to be the parking lot opens at 8. The doors open at 11. And the thing starts at 1 on Sunday. So we get off work. It's a day off. So we get off work and we go wait in line.
I got there a little bit before 8. And
Mike gets there first.
And there was already people standing in line when I got there.
And then, so by the time I went to sleep, it was like 27 and a half-ish hours of being awake. And I don't think it was worth it for seeing Trump talk or anything else that happened, but I think it was worth it for how much shit we got to see to tell stories about.
Yeah, there
for
was
sure.
Yeah, but like I said, the trucks that pulled in and honking their horns and waving their flags, and some had American flags, some had different colored American flags, some had one guy had the Confederate flag.
Yeah, so like I think it was right around 10 a.m. It's like everybody knows that there's going to be a Trump rally, and everybody knows where it's going to be. Me and Mike were surprised that there was no protesters. But they're just like normal. There's always people with flags and like just super annoying horns. Like one dude was driving around with his hand out the window with an air horn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of them like left to right. Like there was the Confederate flag, the American flag, and the Trump flag. And then, or like the American flag, the Trump flag, America, Nevada, Trump, and like a bunch of, like, there was one dude that had, I think, like 12 flags on his fucking car.
He had a ridiculous amount. That's why he get pulled over.
Yeah. Okay. You do you. One of the funnier parts of being there, like, it was cold as fuck.
Yeah.
And just standing there. So I walked over and got Starbucks. I got just a coffee and got Mike a hot chocolate.
Yes. And it was good.
The coffee was not very good, but it was warm, so that's all that I guess mattered. But there was, after a while
we started getting cold. My feet started getting cold.
Yeah, we both had like breathable shoes on.
I had my work shoes, and they're steel, so they're not, or they're not.
I switched to tennis shoes.
They're not made for cold. Now, I just went to breakfast and then headed straight there, so I didn't stop at my apartment to change.
Yeah, no, I definitely went home and changed.
Yeah, but that's not. They were definitely not made for cold weather. Those are safety shoes made for indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah, my feet got cold.
But there was people that were selling merchandise, like T-shirts, hats, hoodies, everything.
Yeah, when I pulled up, the first people I saw were across the street that had booths, that had tables and stuff set up across the street from it. Then when after I parked and I walked over, then people started showing up pulling wagons and shit.
Yeah, one of the guys was like, "You've seen me on TV. Now's your chance to buy something from me in person." I'm like, I've never seen you before in my fucking life.
Yeah, I guess he follows the rally, just selling Trump stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can make a living off that, fine, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, it looked like he ate well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but we had the better idea of what to sell at the Trump rally.
Yeah, fucking rent heaters. Jesus Christ. And then there was the 2 or 3 tweakers that somebody had paid to drag wagons around selling shit.
Yeah. They might want to relook that business model because they weren't selling shit.
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3 things all day. But so this dude, one of the guys had like visible picked open sores on his forehead, like freshly picked.
Yeah, very fresh.
And just like, he had so much energy at the beginning of the day when we first got there, like 8. And then like an hour and a half later, he was dragging ass.
I don't know that he sold anything. Like at one point, he saw people stop and they were pointing at something, and he's like, "All right, customers." He starts to head towards them quicker. They went to get away from him. They did not slow. They were like, "No, where go?" They wanted to get away from him. They sped up. They were stopped and they started walking.
This
and
lid
they sped up.
Doesn't fucking keep the water inside anymore.
No. Awesome. Why would you want the water inside your cup?
That's fuck if I know. Jesus Christ.
I actually bought a cup similar to that, but it was a Dragon Ball one. It has a lid and a straw and everything. And I set it aside in the bag. When I got home one day recently, I happened to go into my closet and see that bag sitting in there. Totally forgot I bought the cup. So it's just sitting there. So now I'm going to find a use for it.
Well, there's that. Several other things, like there was people, so after having gone to that, because we wanted to go to, like, definitely to tell stories to the fucking everybody here about what happens or what happened or what went on, everything about the fucking Trump rally.
I had never been to anything like that.
I've never been to a political event like that either. And let me tell you, I understand now why people don't like Trump supporters, like diehard Trump supporters. I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ.
There was an interesting collection of people there.
Yeah, very interesting collection of people.
I still don't know why the one person spit on somebody else.
Yeah.
And why he did a slow motion run after her to put his hands on her shoulder and then go back to his chair.
Yeah, so this was after the doors were already open. We were waiting for people to start fucking talking. And there was a lot of people already sitting down. Somebody walks up and allegedly spits on someone. I don't know that many people saw it.
Yeah.
And then the lady ran off that supposedly spit on him. And she's running next to her friend. And this short old guy like starts kind of chasing after him. And they stop and turn around and they're like, what? And the old guy like kind of touches her shoulder and then like lets go. Like it was a weird like
because he actually put two hands, one on each shoulder. She's like, get your hands off me.
Yeah, it was a weird like NPC reaction of just like, let go of me. He goes, okay, and then just like goes back and sits down.
Yeah.
Holy, I didn't realize that was an NPC thing going on right then.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, he could have been like,
Christ.
Get your spit off me. You know, there's anything he could have said other than just.
Yeah, but that's just like in video games, like when you're supposed to be like go undetected, like, and they see you, if you run far enough,
yeah,
you're out of their sight and it's no longer, and then you're like, oh,
happened.
Hello, citizen. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Well, there's that.
But I've actually tested that out in Zelda because I'll walk up to a group of monsters and of course they want to start attacking me, but then I start running away. They all go back to their area.
Yeah.
But then I put on my Majora's Mask and I go back again to see, are they going to remember me? Are they going to attack me now? They don't. I can walk right through it. I go through, I start taking all their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But there was this one lady in line that wanted everybody to sing. It was hilarious. 10:20. Yeah. So she was, if you're watching YouTube, you can see it. She was walking around like waving her phone, like that's going to do something. And she didn't have the time up currently, like because her phone screen was off. She's like, hey, everyone, at 10:20, we're going to sing Proud to be an American, okay? At
everybody 10:20, sing together.
At 10:20, everybody's going to sing Proud to be an American, okay? So I pulled my phone out and look at it just in time to see it go from 10:19 to 10:20. So I asked the lady, 10:20, huh? She goes, yeah, okay. And I put my phone back in my pocket. Just because.
Yeah.
So she keeps going to the front of the line, and then like 30 seconds, it was probably 10:21 at this point.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, everybody, come on. Like, I'm proud to be in the middle. Like, extremely off key. Like, I appreciate the spirit, but Jesus Christ.
But the question is who was she thinking she was singing for?
I don't know.
Like Trump wasn't there yet.
Well, but I mean, like, I understand.
The cameras for the TV weren't on yet.
No, but she just wanted to hype people up, and I understand that.
Yeah, but I mean, it would have been like if Fox News or CNN or some news was there and everybody was singing along, they would have something to put on TV and be like, wow, look at this. Look what these guys are doing.
Yeah. Well, the one guy that was walking up and down with the two cameras, I still don't. I don't understand that. Like I've seen a couple. I
just kept going back and forth. How interesting could that be? After a while, it's like I'm not watching this anymore.
They have like the tripod with the two cameras. One is portrait, one's landscape. Is that just for that reason? So like one can be live streaming on YouTube and one can be like Facebook and like the other reels, like Instagram and shit.
I don't know. Because it looked like two phones.
No, it is. I've seen several setups like that on different social media people's stuff. But yeah, he was walking through like, yeah, we've got a great group of people out here. Like, how do you know? A group of great people. That's what he said.
Yeah.
Bunch of great people out here. Like, I mean, everybody's just standing here.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know.
We're not doing anything. What makes us great?
One person's a cereal spitter.
Yeah.
But no, so once we got inside, it was like empty your pockets onto the table and then walk through a metal detector. And then Secret Service turned the vending machines off. And you could buy water bottles, but you couldn't keep the lid. But some people got to keep the lid.
Yeah.
But you could also bring your own fucking water bottle in. I saw like 2 or 3 people with their own water bottle that they had brought in
I don't
with the
understand.
cap. So I don't. So my theory on it was that they didn't want people to have the cap so that you can't like chuck the water bottle at somebody.
Oh, I can throw a water bottle.
I can still chuck a water bottle at somebody with no cap.
Yeah.
It just means you have to throw it harder to keep the water in it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And you have to know a little something about physics. You want to throw it so the water stays until it hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we go in and sit down. We got like, I don't know, like 4 rows from the front and like 3 seats in from the aisle. So we didn't have to walk a ways to get there, but we sat next to this nice old couple.
Yeah.
The lady had some health issues for sure. She was one of the, I don't know, I feel like sideways people definitely isn't a nice way of referring to that. I don't know what health issue it is, but she had like an oxygen tank and she couldn't really sit up straight.
Yeah, she
And
couldn't stand up straight either.
and she often did like the panoramic view picture of the whole room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I got a picture of
I'll
the
let
stage,
you imagine how that works.
but I didn't do a panoramic. I didn't really care to get the picture of all the people.
Yeah, no, because like there was the big ass flag and that was dope.
Yeah.
There's the stage and then there's like all the people, all the cameras, and then nothing.
Uh-huh.
So take a picture of those 2. There you go. Done.
But the Secret Service that we went through at the security with, they were ready for something to happen. They had all their body armor on and shit.
Yeah. Well,
and it wasn't much of a secret who they were because it did say Secret Service across their chest.
Yeah.
And when I got through, though, I had all my stuff out of my pockets and I didn't think about my watch. And he hits me with that metal detecting wand and he gets to my wrist. He's like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "It's my watch." Okay. And he lets me go.
Yeah.
So if it had been something else, he wouldn't know because he said, "Okay," and let me go.
I mean, they're going to be ready for something. That's their job.
Yeah. It's
like I worked security at the Democratic debate in Vegas at the Wynn.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of Secret Service was like, yeah, this is fucking dumb. Because they were just there because of Hillary Clinton. So a lot of them were like, yeah, no, like it's a job. Like sometimes we rotate. None of us like working this one.
I wouldn't figure they would.
Yeah, so security was both tighter and less than I thought it would be. Like, you can't bring any chairs in, but they let people bring water in when they couldn't fucking have a lid. I figured they would have.
Well, the security was there, but it wasn't like I've actually seen more security going to a golf tournament.
Yeah.
Like they had us, they hit us with the metal detector before we got on the shuttle to get to the golf tournament, and then when we got off, we were made sure not they hit it to make sure we didn't have phones on us because I don't know why, but there was a drone there too, and then also like when I went to some of the free movies I went to the previews.
Yeah. I've definitely done done those. You see it like 2 days in advance.
Yeah. Like Las Vegas, I saw it like 2 weeks in advance, and they took our phones from us.
Yeah.
And they put them in bags.
There's a lot of
and they had people in the thing with night vision glasses on to make sure people weren't in there recording the screen.
There's a lot of comedy venues now that have you like put your phones and shit outside so that nobody can record stuff either, which I think is respectable.
Yeah.
Like these people are trying to fucking make money. This is their career. They're gonna record it and put it out on.
And then people won't need to buy
tickets
because I wouldn't want to do that to somebody. But I also when I went to American Idol, they had more security than going to see the former president. So yeah, I thought that was interesting.
Well, that's just because they know everybody hates Simon.
Yeah.
So several other things at the Trump thing. Trump didn't get there till like, what was it, 3:15?
Yeah, it was after 3.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Everybody kept seeing on the other side of the curtain there was cars.
Yeah, so when Trump, I just almost broke this chair.
You saw the brake lights of different cars, and everybody's getting all excited.
Yeah, because Trump wasn't there, and you finally see fucking headlights come in, and it's like 2 SUV headlights. Like, oh, okay, like this is probably the Trump caravan.
Yeah.
And everybody just stands up and like starts clapping like he's gonna run out of the SUV directly on stage. And I'm like, bro, like if he just got off his airplane into the car, he's not gonna jump right on stage. It's gonna be another like 15 fucking minutes, and it was.
Yeah, I thought for sure you were gonna fall asleep.
It was rough.
Yeah, because you were.
It was very rough.
You were hanging on by a thread.
I can't remember. There's so many different notes that I had.
Well, the oxygen tank with the woman next to us, she had some technical difficulties, so she wanted some tape to fix it. She's like, "All I need is tape. I need tape." And then she's like, "Or maybe a piece of gum." They kept talking about a piece of gum, so of course I offered them a piece of gum. I thought that was an interesting way to fix an oxygen thing. She was getting up and she was all upset because it was broken. But I'm like, maybe you should.
They didn't want a piece of gum. They wanted half a piece of gum.
Half a stick of gum, and they put the other piece back in my container.
Yeah, unchewed, thankfully.
I showed him that I had the gum to offer them a piece, and instead of being like, "Oh yeah, I'll take one,"
thanks.
He just grabbed the pack out of my hand. Yeah, so that wasn't how that was supposed to go.
No.
Then he put the thing back in. I'm like, just take the whole piece. Just take the whole. Yeah.
There was the people that were the oxygen tank lady was listening for a while. I think like 10 to 15 minutes at least. Was listening to like the Fox News or something recording live.
Yeah, she was watching it live on there. It's like it's happening.
She was watching it, and then like she couldn't hear it because it's so loud in there, so she has it up to her ear, like trying to listen to it, of like trying to hear the commentary of the people that are 100 feet behind us, what they're saying about where we are.
Yeah, it's funny because she was trying to listen to it. She had to hold the phone to her ear, and me, I didn't want to hear it.
Yeah, but we could.
But I could.
Yeah, we could hear it. So like that's one thing. She wanted to hear the commentary. The other issue that I had, not an issue, but it was fucking ridiculous, is people were pulling up the live view of like what they were recording, and they would like just wave.
Yeah, trying to get their hand on.
Yeah, to try to. Oh,
did you see that? That was my hand. That was my hand. See it?
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm right there, and like, so I understand, like, oh, okay, I'm right there, and then stop. A couple people did that.
Yeah.
There was several people, like 4 or 5 people, that for 30 or 45 fucking minutes,
just kept
standing. Not an exaggeration, for 30 to 45 minutes, they stood there with their phone in one hand and their hand up, waving like this.
And the one girl, the one I thought
nonstop.
I thought maybe she was going to flash the camera, but she at one point she actually did it so long she actually got warm. She had to take her jacket off.
Yeah, and they phone up and just waving.
Yeah,
the whole fucking time.
See, what I would have done is I'd have been like, see those hands?
Shit.
One of those is me. Oh, good. You see it? And I wouldn't have even been waving.
Yeah, no, it was ridiculous.
But I also didn't bring up the news to watch, us on TV sitting waiting for that.
Yeah, no.
The other people in front of us, they instead of sitting down, they kept turning around. Like their chairs are facing that way and they're facing us.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why don't you just sit down? You can talk to the people without having to have your facing us, because we're not the people you're talking to.
Well, it's because I gave them their gloves back. Like they dropped a bunch of shit in their chairs, and I kept handing it back. And they're like, "Oh my God, God put him back there to watch us." Like, no, like I came myself to sit here, and I'm a good person.
Well, it was a coincidence that we were behind them, to be honest, because we were walking in and we were walking up, and somebody's like, "Oh, we have 2 right here." So we're like, "Oh, we're 2 people. We'll go ahead and take those."
And then there was the guy behind us that doesn't know how math works.
Oh yeah.
He was like, "How many people?"
He might know how math works, but not math.
He's like, "How many people do you think are in here? 500?" I'm like, "There's a lot more than 500 people in here."
Yeah.
He's like, so he's trying to count the rows, and then I think I remember the exact numbers that he used. So he's trying to count the chairs, like in the row and the column, to do what I thought was a fairly easy math problem.
Yeah.
So he goes, I think it was like 12 times 15.
Something like that, yeah.
And he's like, what is that, 110? And I'm like, that's what? So, and that threw off my math doing capabilities immediately, because I'm super fucking tired. And hearing something that dumb just shuts your brain off.
Mm-hmm.
So after about 3 minutes, he's like, no, it's 180. And he pulled out his phone by now to do the math.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, so 180, 600.
2,000.
I think he had another number in the middle. And then, he lands on 2,000. And I'm like, I don't know what kind of fucking math that is. But the episode we recorded that didn't fucking have sound, I think it was actually bad Common Core math that arrived him.
Yeah, we talked about,
So 12 times 15. If you take the 10 and the 10, 10 times 10 is 100.
Yeah.
If you take the 5 and the 2, 5 times 2 is 10. There's 110.
Yeah.
That's really bad Common Core math. You split them up, you multiply them. Here's numbers, mash them together, and they're fake. Here's fucking Common Core math.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. But also, like the one group of chairs, he's like, oh, there's 180 there. There's this many here. There's, he keeps saying, but the middle group had more chairs than that one end group.
Yeah, the middle group had way more chairs than the outside groups.
So you couldn't just take those numbers, put them together, and come up with 2,000.
Not at all.
But yeah, there was a lot of people there because there was also people standing too.
Yeah, they had for sure standing only in the back.
And there was
and they kept letting people in forever.
Yeah, they were supposed to be stopped. They
were supposed to stop
at noon.
Yeah, they were supposed to shut the doors at noon, but people were still piling in at like 2:45.
People were still standing in line. The line went around the building.
Yeah, so it was at Reno Sparks Convention Center, which is, I don't know how big of a building, but the line wrapped from the doors around the side, and me and Mike were 50 feet from the corner, 50 to 100 feet from the corner on the side of the front part of the line.
Yeah.
Thankfully. So we didn't have much to deal with. And then they wrapped like all the way around the back side of the building.
Yeah.
We didn't go look to see the line, but we know it, especially from how long people were fucking piling in.
People would disappear around the corner. Wouldn't see them again for a while.
Yeah.
Would have been nice if they had some garbage cans someplace near us,
Yeah, they came out with the garbage cans at like 10:30. I'm like, bro, like if you had garbage cans this whole time, you wouldn't have trash to pick up right now.
Yeah. We're sitting there holding our cups, not littering the whole damn time, waiting for...
Yeah, there was a lot of other people just throwing shit on the ground.
One person, that little cardboard insert in her hat, she just immediately took it off and threw it on the ground.
She did not like that fucking comment.
I did.
So she just bought a hat from one of the merch guys, and she takes the cardboard insert out and throws it on the ground. I'm like, ma'am, you dropped that. And she just like looked at me. She threw me this disgusting look and just kept walking. I'm like, oh, guess she didn't want it.
Yeah. It's called litter. Part of making America great again might make it not litter filled again.
Yeah. I don't know.
Give a hoot, don't pollute.
Wow. Did you come up with that?
No, that's an old one.
Never heard of that one.
There was an owl that used to do public service commercials that told people to give a hoot, don't pollute. That's why it was give a hoot. Owls hoot.
There was, while we were in line, it was like maybe 10 to 20 feet behind us. There was some food on the ground that looks like either someone lost their lunch, like they dropped it, or it looked like someone lost their lunch, like they threw it up. And it was either way, like if they threw it up, it wasn't in their stomach for very long.
Yeah, it looked like it could have been some kind of a minestrone.
Yeah, it was pasta of sorts.
Yeah.
And I almost wanted to start like a betting pool of how long it was going to be till someone stepped in it.
Yeah, I wanted to see somebody step in it.
Because there was a couple people that got super fucking close too.
I thought maybe I was going to start a pool where see how long it took for the guy on meth pulling the cart to go over and have a bite.
Well, I would have bet against that, and I'd have won. Well, because it's not meth.
But it's a free meal that he can spend the money that he would have bought food with on more meth.
I don't know if you know this.
But he probably wasn't going to buy food.
People that do a lot of meth don't often eat. That's why they're this big around.
But he wasn't. He looked like he might have forced himself to eat, so he wouldn't be that big around.
Maybe.
Because he was not a thin man.
No, but he wasn't fat.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying he might have had a meal or two.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't. There was so much stuff that we had fucking notes about.
How about the entrance music and the Rocky music?
Jesus and fucking Christ. So at one, when they started, quote unquote, So Trump didn't get there till super late. They started the thing at 1, and all the introduction people ended at 1:30, and I think that's when Trump was supposed to be there.
I thought it wasn't supposed to be there till 2, but so they got it done way too
Yeah,
early.
they fucked it up anyway.
And then they also had the video montage of Trump on the screen,
Yeah, in
and you're like, all right,
between.
he's next. No,
Yeah,
no,
and it
he
was somebody
definitely.
else. So at 1, and I figured, because I was so tired, I didn't remember that I thought this, but I figured they were going to have a lot of different like political local people introduce him.
Yeah.
But I'm tired as fuck, and they're like, "Okay, everybody ready? Here's like a state assemblyman." I'm like, nobody knows who the fuck that is, bro.
Well, the thing is that they had so many of them, and then it was so long before. So
Yeah.
even they probably went home before he got there after that.
So I think there was what 4 or 5 people that came up and talked,
Yeah.
and the first one I have no recollection of at all. But each one had uh like their own intro music, like Mike said. And the one, I don't remember her name, something Alexis Hansen, came up to, was it Eye of the Tiger?
Yep.
And was
From
doing like
Rocky.
the worst shadow boxing. It looks like she was trying to like hold maracas that were trying to run out of her hands. And like, oh, I'm cute, huh? Like me. And
She had the eye of the tiger though.
that's what it was, Eye of the Tiger. Yeah.
From Survivor. That was from Rocky 3.
Yeah. But yeah. So she tried to do like the whole shadow boxing thing, and it fucking was awful. And she was talking about whatever. And okay, cool. Next guy is her husband, Ira Hansen. And he's talking about America first, Nevada first, next. I
Yeah.
definitely remember that.
I remember that too.
Because as soon as he said that, I'm like, I looked at Mike and I'm like, I know I'm tired, but did he just say that?
He did.
He goes, yep, he did. America first, Nevada first, next. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Also,
People are not great.
this guy says that he's been in politics for 17 years. He's been like the Senate, congressman, assemblyman, whatever the fuck it is. He's been doing for 17 years. So at this point, he's a career politician.
Yeah.
To me.
Me too.
And for what I know, fucking everyone.
Yeah.
Because like after 10 to 15 years, it's a career.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say after 8. But he goes, and don't let this fancy suit fool you. I'm a plumber. So the guy's like 50 or 60 something.
Yeah.
So like he could have been a plumber as like his first career, and then retired
I'm guessing
from
he
plumber.
hasn't done any pipe work in a while though.
No, I would imagine not. But like just trying to like reach the people and like, oh, I'm a normal guy. Like, no, you've been doing politics for 17 fucking years. Anybody that's been doing politics as a career for anything more than like 5 years, you're not a fucking normal human anymore.
Yeah.
You don't know what normal shit is at all anymore. Just like celebrities. Like you make fucking millions of dollars, whether it's from your salary or not. Like how many politicians make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then so say they make $100,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
After 10 years, that's $1 million.
Yeah.
If they saved all of it, they would have a net worth now of $1 million more than when they started in politics.
Yeah.
This number's out of my ass. 95% of politicians that go in making $100,000 a year go in, say, with a net worth of $100,000. And they come out on the other side of the 10 years with a net worth of like $3.8 million.
Yeah, they do pretty well for themselves.
Yeah. I'm like, how does that, like, sure, like maybe talking with the right people and like the right people around you and investments can make up for some of that.
Yeah.
But not that fucking much.
Well, also like getting put up like when you go on vacation and
yeah, you don't have to fucking
you don't have to
spend
pay
your own money
you don't
anymore.
have to buy plane tickets or
you live in the governor's mansion now. You don't have to pay for housing.
Yeah.
You have fucking people make food for you. I don't know how all this shit goes. Do you even pay for food if you're a governor?
I doubt
Do you
it.
grocery shop, or do you just say, "Hey, I want this on the menu.
I want this in the governor's mansion. I need this for this week."
Yeah, like
And it's
that's
there. Somebody goes and gets it. You don't see the governor go shopping for himself.
yeah. So I don't.
And like the senators and they don't do that shit either.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, they do probably do their own shopping stuff, but there are people who will be like, "Hey,
yeah. So
we'll give you a free
you're
hotel
not a
room."
normal
And
fucking person.
no,
You don't shop for yourself. You don't fucking know what it's like to spend all this money. I actually, there was something recently. Was it that episode that we talked about the 80 something percent of people agree on
term
term
limits.
limits?
Yeah,
So apparently now it's up to like high 80s, like 87% or something of Americans. Like
it's been on a ballot. I've seen it. I've voted for it.
it's not a Democrat or a Republican issue anymore. 87% of Americans of every fucking
That's
party
a huge
and
percentage.
everything, it's a massive percentage, think that there should be term limits in Congress and Senate. Congress more because they are the ones that fuck everything.
Yeah,
Um, I definitely lost where that fucking
but it's just, and of course, the people who are in office, they don't want that to happen because they want to stay in office
yeah.
forever.
Well, and
Because there's a lot of perks to it.
I just saw something that was it was either a mayor or a governor that basically like super corrupt, super
Hmm.
corrupt. Hearney or something was her last name. That she basically wrote in that because she's making like 224,000 a year.
Yeah.
If she doesn't get reelected, that the governor's salary is reduced to $24,000 a year. If she gets reelected, it stays 200. It stays 224,000. I'm like, that's shitty.
Must be nice to set your own salary.
Yeah.
But I've told you, I've mentioned Brandon Herrera on here a few times, and he is running in Texas, and he has said he's putting limits on himself. He does not have any intention of going for any other office.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't plan to be a lifetime congressman. He's going to get his agenda done, and then he's going to be out basically because he's for term limits, and he's going to limit himself.
Yeah.
Which I thought was interesting.
I think it's I'll have to look it up.
I'd like to see him get in office. He's an interesting person. I'd like to see what he does.
Percentage of incumbent re-election for Congress. Election Congress.
It's pretty high.
I think it's like 70%.
It's not easy to beat the incumbent.
I was thinking 70%. It's 98% of incumbents are reelected.
Yeah.
98 fucking percent.
Yeah, it's kind of like you just.
That means once you get in, you die in there.
You show up, unless you really
you don't even show up.
I'm saying you show up for the election, and
oh yeah.
Hey.
And I think a lot of them should start getting fined or fucking kicked out or doing whatever because like it's a vote yes, vote no, or you can vote I'm here. What the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
It's
like I'm
yay,
sorry,
nay,
did you not?
I'm here.
Did you not hear the fucking question? It says, "Do you want little kids in school to be able to fucking eat?" Yeah. And you said, "I'm here."
I'm here.
So what
does that mean?
I can see you.
Yeah.
Yes, I can see you. You are.
Or some
here.
people don't show up for the vote at all.
Yeah.
Like,
which I would rather that than vote I'm here.
Well, in a way, it counts the same. It's not going for or against. Like, well, I didn't vote against it. We didn't vote for it either.
Yeah.
That should count as something.
That's so fucking dumb.
But speaking of, we mentioned protesters. I saw something. Somebody was showing a clip of different protesters. This isn't what's on my screen. I'll tell you about that in a second.
I think I know what you're going to talk about.
But this person, they're talking to these people, and they're anti-gun, which everybody has a right to, whatever they want to be for or against. But the thing is do some research.
Yeah.
Know what you're protesting.
Yeah.
Don't go on TV and be the person saying, I want to ban fully semi-automatic weapons.
Yeah.
Because you know what? They don't exist. So they're already banned. Yeah, Good job. You win.
You can go home 100-round clip-a-zines that do 37,000 seconds per minute of rounds.
The things that don't exist are already banned.
In a revolver.
You can rest now. You can rest easy knowing that. What's an AR? Oh, well, an AR, that's when it shoots a lot of rounds and it can kill lots of people. Oh, that's a very intelligent answer. Good
Yeah.
job. Way to go.
Stands for Armalite rifle.
Yeah.
It was one of the original companies that made them.
Yeah. It was and they lost the patent because they were having some financial issues. So that's when
Yeah, it does
Smith
not
and
stand
Wesson.
for assault rifle.
No, it does not.
Does not.
But I'm just saying, it doesn't matter what you're protesting. Do a little research.
Yeah.
Don't be that person showing up going, I don't know what I'm talking about, or even worse, you don't know what you're talking about, but pretending you do and making yourself look really stupid.
Yeah.
There is that thing about people think you're stupid, and then you open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Like when the Pelosi talks.
Yeah. Yeah, the doubt has been removed. But yeah, I'm
surprised that Jesus Christ.
There is something else I wanted to talk about, though. Florida Joker. Are you familiar with Florida Joker?
I know the story, yeah.
How he's suing Grand Theft Auto or Rockstar Games? Because they say that's his likeness that they used. Which, I mean, they have a guy with face tattoos. I don't think that they...
Yeah, no, it's similar, but definitely not.
I mean...
Definitely not the same.
On the one side, he's got Joker, like, tattoos to make it look like the Joker cut. I guess he wasn't really dedicated to the role, so he didn't want to actually cut himself, but yeah, I've seen clips of his video saying Rockstar. No, actually, he doesn't say Rockstar. That would be the company name.
He said
GTA. We've got to talk. We've got to talk. You guys got to get a hold of me, or my lawyers are going to go all over you. Well, first of all, I'm guessing Rockstar. They've got attorneys. I'm guessing they're not afraid of his attorneys.
Probably not.
And Lindsay Lohan had sued Rockstar over a picture on Grand Theft Auto 5. The person doing a selfie in a bikini, doing the peace symbol. And she's like, that's me. They did that. That was because of me.
What?
But yeah, she lost. But so many people have done that exact same picture.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
So this guy, he's like, yeah, this is completely different from Lindsay Lohan. I heard him say that too.
Wow. But yeah. Wow.
Yeah, he's really dedicated to somebody had started calling him Florida Joker, so he really liked that. So he stuck with it. Like it's on his Instagram. I guess he has an Instagram, Florida Joker.
Jesus Christ.
And I saw something about a video on it, and they were talking about how Florida Joker, they're like, Joker, that's copywritten material itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, they came out with the trailer for it to get everybody excited about Grand Theft Auto 6, which I want to play it. I'm excited. I want to play it really bad. But it's not coming out until 2024. 2025, I mean.
No, I was going to say, oh, wow, a couple days now.
2025.
Yeah, that's a year.
I'm like, I've already been waiting long enough.
I mean, look at all the other games that have been fucking...
But some of the shit looks cool. That's going to be in the game. One thing I saw, I don't know if it's true, but they're saying that your character can actually get locked up. And you have to play a whole story thing in a jail. Which, like, if you're, depending on what you're arrested for, or how long you stay in there, and you can try to do a prison break. But there was already a game that did that. It was either Mafia or Mafia 2. I think it was Mafia 2. Where they lock you up and you have to do the storyline in there. But that wouldn't be open world quite like this. That was pretty much a laid out story you had to do in the jail.
And there was the Riddick game.
Yeah,
that you started in the prison too.
But you got in Mafia 2, you got arrested for doing something in it. And then but like they're talking about like you could go on the street and kill somebody, get arrested, and then you get thrown into this prison. And it's supposed to be you're supposed to live the prison experience in your video game. I don't know if that's true, though.
I mean, I don't know how much of it you can see for real. Before we get too far off topic, so Trump finally got there an hour and a half after fucking the other intro people, and it was like the whole song of "I'm Proud to Be an American" was like his intro applause song.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't see if 1020 was there singing. I didn't see her anymore.
Yeah, I didn't hear her. That's what we would. The Tom and Jerry guy. There was a guy that was yelling that sounded just like Tom the cat in Tom and Jerry when he would fucking get hit by a frying pan, or like stub his toe or like get stabbed. Then, like loud as fuck, randomly would just start yelling.
I don't know what was going on.
Exactly like him.
I don't know if somebody had a frying pan. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I don't know if there was a cat in the corner that Fido was chasing. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Trump got there and he kept calling him Crooked Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Crooked Joe's doing this, Crooked Joe's doing that. And people were standing up for the first, like, I was standing up too because I was trying to see shit.
Yeah.
For the first probably 8 minutes of Trump talking.
Yeah.
And
he actually had some funny points that I made us both laugh.
I can't remember fucking much else. So he was talking for a little bit and I turned the mic and I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go home now because he's been talking for like 20, 30 minutes. So I feel like he's about to wrap up and I have to beat the traffic because I'm already so fucking tired. If I get stuck in traffic, I will fall asleep.
Yeah.
So I left. And I guess Mike left like soon after, but like.
Yeah, I was sitting there and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta pee. So I got up and I went to the bathroom and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go. And that same thing, I didn't want to sit there and try to get out of that traffic.
Yeah.
Those monster trucks with the flags and all that.
That was the funny part. I don't think they came. They were just there to drive around. I
think they just drove through. I don't think because I didn't see any of the trucks out there parked anywhere.
Yeah, they weren't.
When I left.
But the weird part, like, so if I got stuck in traffic, I probably would have fallen asleep on the way home. But just driving regular, I was too tired to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Is fucking how bad it was. Get home, like, I don't even remember what I did. I got home, changed, and I think I just passed out instantly.
I got home, I played some Pokemon Go because it was community day and I wanted to get a little bit of the shinies that I could.
Yeah.
And then when you had texted me and told me you'd made it home, I'd just gotten off the exit. I was almost to Sierra. So that was I wasn't far from my place at all.
I'm very surprised that we didn't see anybody that we knew.
Yeah, I know, not one person.
Like and surprisingly, I think there was a lot of people from Cali. Because the people at the
there was.
At the beginning in the line, they were like, Nevada or Cali? And there was a lot of people from Cali. And that, so the weird part, and this is at every fucking political thing, I think, is like they come through and like, are you registered to vote for like Republican, Democrat, whatever? Like, would you like to sign up for this? So
the people
if you have 5 or 10 people all asking people, maybe don't follow each other because they're asking
the exact same people.
Fucking everyone the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like to volunteer to caucus?
The last 5 people just asked me the same shit.
Yeah.
The last 5 people just asked me if I was registered to vote. The last 5 people just asked me if I wanted to be a caucus captain. The last 5 people just asked the same fucking everything. Mm-hmm. Go away. Go away. I want to be cold and not talk to you.
I feel like I signed up for that person. Go talk to them. Well, one person, I thought this was interesting.
Holy shit.
I didn't mention this when we did this episode before. They walked up to him and was asking him about being registered and everything, and he's like, I'm not a legal citizen.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I started laughing at that.
Yeah.
I think I definitely broke this chair.
Yeah.
It's creaking weird, and I'm starving. But yeah, no, that was funny. And the lady that was with him, no, he's from California.
Yeah, foreign country. I mean, I saw something. It was a meme that I posted because I thought it was funny when I read it. It was like, stop complaining about your life. Think about this. Something along the lines of, think about this. People have to live in California. Well, there are people living in California.
Yeah.
It's like,
and it's getting worse for them.
Yeah.
So not only do they now have if you're worth so much, there's now an exit in California tax.
Yeah.
That it might be stopped soon because they pushed it back 5 years. So if you were worth more than this and you left California in the past 5 years, you now owe this much money to California in arrears.
Yeah, that's
already happened.
Yeah.
That's already been pushed out. They're now working on a highway tax that if you want to use the fucking highways that your taxes and gas tax already pays for,
mm-hmm.
and the tolls already pay for, and you will have to pay between $7 and $20 a day to fucking use the fucking roads.
That's crazy. It's called a freeway.
No, highway. Because they're fucking high.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they just want to get people to stop driving.
Yeah, look at what we did for the environment.
Look what we did for the pollution.
Yeah, and what's your resident rate now? Like 12%? All the buildings are fucking empty? It's a ghost town. Yeah, obviously your pollution's down.
You know what would really help with pollution is if a city would actually come up with a working mass transit system. Yeah. A good one, you know?
Like Japan.
Yeah. Actually, I'll say this, I was staying in Bellevue, Washington, and to go to Seattle, we took it was a bus. It was an express bus that went straight from Bellevue to Seattle. So you could get off someplace near where you're at, or you could get on a train and move and be right to where you're supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't be dropped off one place and have to get on another bus to get to another place to get to another place. Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
The light rail in Arizona is pretty good too.
Yeah, but a lot of places, like, I don't know if you ever rode a bus in Vegas.
Awful. It's awful.
It's fucking horrible. Yeah. I did it one day.
Speaking of mass transit, so you know what the Hyperloop is?
I'm familiar, yes.
They just shut it down.
Why?
I don't know. So
and it was a loop.
It was originally suggested by Elon or something, and then Virgin bought it. And then Virgin, so they had a test track outside of Vegas, and they were testing it forever. They've slowly shut a lot of shit down. The last employee layoff will be December 30th this year. And the owner company, I think it's somebody out of Dubai, is still going to retain like the IP and might do something with it later, but is done like trying to make it happen now. So the Hyperloop is no more.
Well, that sucks. Seemed like a good idea.
I mean, yes, and maybe.
Yeah, the Boring Company building it.
No, that's separate.
Oh.
The Boring Company tunnels are completely separate than the Hyperloop. Right.
I thought they dug it with that.
They were going to try to combine them. So like the Boring Company tunnels, they could start using the Hyperloop in them, but the Boring Company tunnels are already being used like under the convention center and shit.
Yeah.
Of only Teslas can.
Yeah. That company's so boring.
Uh-huh.
I know. I've said that before. Other people have said it. It's not original. I usually like to be original. Yeah.
I'm hungry. And we're almost at an hour, so.
Does your stomach have something to say?
It's been fighting with the chair. They're yelling at each other. The chair creaks and the stomach growls.
Yeah. You think Rallies would win over creaking?
I don't know.
Oh, I did see something recently on Twitter. Yes, I'm still going to call it Twitter.
Yeah, because it is still Twitter.
It's twitter.com. That was good timing. But it was 1,000 Ways to Die, and this chimpanzee had a cleaver in its hand. Who gave a chimp a cleaver? I have no idea.
Probably stole it.
But it was swinging it, and it was swinging at this guy. He didn't actually hit him, but he was. And this guy eventually got up and moved away. I'm like, what the fuck took you so long? I know it's a cute chimp, but it's still, that could hurt. Or it might have actually been a monkey. It might not have been a chimp. I don't know. People group them all as monkeys, so I don't know.
Yeah, primates.
Yeah,
monkeys, chimps, whatever the fuck you want to call it, are often very good thieves.
Oh yeah.
So I wouldn't doubt that he, one, stole the knife from somebody.
He just walked into something and grabbed it and walked out.
That he saw somebody rob somebody else with a knife, and then went and stole a knife so that he could now be a better pickpocket. Because like you can train monkeys and chimps to be great pickpockets.
Look at Hangover 2. They trained a monkey to deliver coke from the dealer to the buyer. Pick up the money and drop off the coke.
You can train ravens to steal money for you.
Oh, yeah. My army of the night. But then I also saw another video where somebody walked up and he was like, oh, there's an alligator. I'm going to go pet it.
Yeah, it's probably in Florida.
So he's petting. It's not a huge alligator, but it's an alligator. He's petting its back. And you see the alligator's head going up. This alligator's just waiting for him to make a mistake.
Well, he already made the mistake.
Yeah, he touched the alligator. But
ding.
But he's waiting for him to get him to a position where he can get him. So he takes his hand, he puts it on the side, and he's petting the side of him. And that's when the alligator turns, snaps on his hand.
Yeah, and then the guy's like, oh.
He gets up and he's walking away, and you can see the blood on his hand.
Yeah. So, why did he bite me? I was being nice to him.
Yeah, I was giving him a massage.
Dumb.
I was about to give him a happy ending. Now, if this had been one of the bigger alligators, that guy could have been dragged away.
Yeah.
They're good at that shit. Yeah, don't play with alligators. They will fuck you up. And if they start twisting, oh shit.
Yeah.
You don't want to know what's going to happen to that arm when it starts twisting.
Do the twist.
But the video, it was interesting because most of the videos they show, because it's called 1,000 Ways to Die.
Mm-hmm.
So usually the people have, died. But those were 2 videos I saw in one day that both of them lived. But
I mean, that's definitely ways you can.
But I will say that they probably removed themselves from the gene pool some other way because they were showing that they
did those. What's next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that kind of thing happens.
Yeah. Well, I'll just upload this one in.
Thank you for listening to the end. If you did,
I'll upload this one in place of the one that didn't have any fucking sound. So sorry for the 4 days of the episode with no sound. And thanks for listening. Merry Christmas late. And
Happy
Riverside, fix your shit because I'm fucking tired of it.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I mean, if you want, do what you want.
You have any New Year resolutions, Mike?
No, but I do want to mention one thing. It used to be back when I was still living in Vegas, or every year, people, some friends of mine on Facebook and people I knew would be, they'd post, oh, finally, this year is over. It's been so bad. Next year is going to be so much better.
Yeah.
And it's like you got a new calendar. You didn't do anything. Yeah. If you want to make your year better, you have to make changes. You don't just turn over a calendar and magically everything is going to be better.
Yeah. Oh, no, next year's going to be my year. What did you do? What did you do to fix it?
Do you know what I did? I moved from Vegas to here to work at a new job. And that's making a change. I stopped waiting tables.
I stopped smoking. You don't
I did that.
Stopped smoking and got sick.
Well, don't do the sick part.
But yeah, no, like just make changes that you want when you want to fucking change them. When you realize there's something you want to change, it doesn't have to be a drastic one. Like you can slowly implement it.
Make positive changes though.
Start doing it now.
If somebody says to you, hey, you know what we can do to make a change? Let's go rob this gas station. Maybe that would be a negative change. Yeah. That could be leading towards something you don't want.
I mean, you might get change from the register also.
Yeah, you might get change from the register.
Different kind of change.
And you might, it might.
And then you could start the next GTA 5 years 6 story early.
Yeah, the next 5 years of your life might already be planned out for you if you do that shit.
Yeah, and then you know that 2029 is going to be your year.
It's going to be your year.
Because that's when you get out.
When you're on parole.
All right. Well, don't do that.
Yes.
And like, share, subscribe. Listen to the beginning for all the links. Okay, bye.